the European economic crisis affected the credibility of the European foreign policies, if we have one?
I think that the credibility question is actually overrated. For one thing, it is not only Europe that had to suffer from the financial crisis, the other states as well. Look at the United States. It's not as if the United States didn't have a financial crisis. In fact, the United States was even at the brink of not having a budget, partly as a fallout of the financial crisis and the implied budgetary consequences. I think that therefore that this is not the only factor affecting credibility. Now we have to see that European foreign policy comes in different versions. There is the version that is to do with particular economic policies, and of course this is an area in which the financial crisis has had a direct effect on, and therefore a lot of the recommendations or policies that the EU might do in this area may no longer carry as much force as they may have done before, but again bearing in mind that others have had the same problem. The other part of the foreign policy, and if you talk about foreign policy in the narrow sense of the term and the things that the External Action Service does, whatever, I don't think that they have been affected that much at all. I think we tend to think in very short-term conceptualizations. We therefore tend to overestimate these things that are happening at the moment, and we are ourselves concerned with the economic crisis, and that therefore this must have a great impact. I don't think that this is necessarily the case. Of course, the idea of European integration, say, as a model, and the idea of economic integration as a basis for political integration, and the idea that this is promoted as part of the EU's foreign policy, that of course may have suffered somewhat. But a lot of the things that the EU does in relation to Iran, in relation to its China, whatever, I don't think that this has had as much of an impact as some people would actually think.